Today we're going to be talking about a great quarterback gym routine that you can do. We're going to give you the exact sets and reps with these specific exercises that all QBs can do in the gym. Now, we're going to be giving you a great routine that you can follow as a quarterback to work on two specific muscle groups. That's going to be your core and that's going to be your legs. Now, those are the two most important muscle groups for quarterbacks because that ties into our throwing mechanics. I think as quarterbacks, you've got to lift a little bit differently than the linebackers, the linemen, even the receivers and the DBs on your team because we don't need to be like super bulked up top. The most important thing for us is being able to generate rotational force, being able to generate ground force, and being able to have a healthy upper half, like a healthy and mobile throwing shoulder. So the reason why, again, core and legs are so important is in our throwing sequence, you guys, I take a step to my target. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to rotate with my core to bring my arm through, aka your hips as well. Now, what can cause the hip rotation is also a weight transfer. So having a strong base will allow you to transfer your weight through, which will in turn into rotational force. So they kind of go hand in hand. So that's what this workout is going to be focused on. So this first exercise, you're going to need a medicine ball for this exercise. And all you're going to be doing is just doing a Medball rotational throw to work on adding some resistance to the rotation that we want as a QB. Now, as a quarterback, one thing you have to understand, you can't just do this exercise on your throwing side. You have to work this on both sides because it helps us rotate fully. A lot of times when quarterbacks throw, sometimes it helps them think about it. They think about their left hip opening rather than their right hip driving. So you want to be balanced with your core, if you will. So we're going to be doing 3 sets of 8 reps on each side. But all you're going to do is you're going to get this medicine ball. You're going to set up, you're going to have your front foot open like you maybe already stepped to a target. You're going to hold this medicine ball at the middle part of your body. You're going to rotate your front shoulder slightly and rotate through and explode and let go of the medicine ball. So I'm going to show you how that should look full speed. Again, 3 sets of 8 on each side. Now, before we get into the rest of this video, fellas, if you're a quarterback and you would like to train with myself and my staff of coaches, we are going to be traveling out to 12 more cities across the entire U.S. for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver training camps this off season. So guys, check out that very first link in the description below if you'd like to sign up. Our next camp is going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. That camp is completely sold out. Then we head out to Austin, Texas. That is also completely sold out. But then we'll be heading out to Las Vegas, Nevada, Seattle, Washington, Chicago, Illinois. Then we'll be coming out to Newark, New Jersey, Birmingham, Alabama, Houston, Texas, Boston, Massachusetts, Columbus, Ohio, Boise, Idaho, and finishing off our tour in Los Angeles, California. So guys, all those camps that I listed do have remaining spots, but they will fill up within the next 1 to 2 months. So make sure you take advantage of us having availability. So guys, very first link in that description below. We'd love to have you there. Let's get back to this video. Now, this next exercise, you guys, is going to be called our medicine ball Russian twist. So again, this is going to be working on creating rotational force and strengthening your core as a rotational athlete. So all you're going to do is you need a medicine ball. If you don't have a medicine ball, I feel like you could do this exercise with like a weighted plate. So maybe get like a 10-pound plate, maybe a 15-pound plate and do this exercise. But all you're going to do is you're going to lay on this bench. Your feet are going to be elevated. Medicine ball is going to be like right here, even with your chest. You could do this on the ground, but I feel like it's just a little bit harder doing it on a bench. And all you're going to do is you're just going to rotate. You're going to rotate back and forth just like so. Now, what I recommend doing, if you have a medicine ball that bounces, what you can do is you can rotate and slam the medicine ball on the ground to work on that explosive element of rotating with your core. This medicine ball does not bounce, so I don't really do that. I just focus on rotating. So I would do probably, if you don't have a medicine ball that bounces, I would say 3 sets of 20 reps. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if you have a medicine ball that bounces, I would say 3 sets of 12 reps where you slam and we're trying to be as explosive as possible. So we're going to show you how this should look full speed in a second. This is a great exercise for quarterbacks to strengthen their core and their rotational force. Now this next exercise, you guys, you're gonna need a cable machine. And this cable machine, I know everybody doesn't have this, but if you're working out like a 24-hour fitness and LA Fitness, every single one of them is going to have this. And this is going to be a low cable explosive rotation. So we're gonna be doing 3 sets of probably 8 reps on each side. I would say 6 to 8 reps depending on the weight that you are using, but you wanna make sure that the weight is somewhat light, but there is a little bit of resistance. So you're gonna grab this low cable. You can do any type of handle that you prefer. I would recommend some type of handle that looks like this. and you're gonna have 2 hands on this thing, okay? You don't wanna do it one-handed because you don't want any tension on like your bicep. It's not a curl, that's not what we're trying to do. What you're going to do is you're gonna hold this cable low down by your hip, and you are going to rotate and pivot your back foot, driving your hip up, and you're going to explode this cable up. And you're trying to finish at this point. We're trying to be as explosive as possible from this point to work on that rotational force. So you wanna do this obviously on each side, and it mimics the exact type of rotation that we need as a quarterback to be able to generate power. So I'm gonna show you how this should look, full speed. Now the next exercise, fellas, is going to be for your legs, but also to be able to generate explosion and like the twitch that you need in your throwing motion. I think a lot of quarterbacks neglect like explosive training because maybe they feel that it doesn't apply to them, but I think it does. Like I think as a rotational athlete, whether you're a baseball player, whether you're a tennis player, a golfer, you gotta have some type of explosion which generates torque, right? Torque is how I get power as a quarterback. So for example, like if I'm throwing to a target here, I wanna step to the target, but I wanna dissociate my upper body from my lower body. I want to step and I want my upper body to be back. And what brings my upper body through is the rotational force from my core, my hips, and my legs. So I'm here, I want to be able to rotate, but that's got to be explosive. So that explosion can be generated from like your legs, how much you transfer your weight, and also your hips. Hence the med ball slam, the cable movement that we did, and this next exercise. So this is going to be a 1/4 jump squat to work on that explosion from your hips and your legs. So you're just going to need a normal bar. If you want to do this with dumbbells, that's totally fine too, but I recommend with the barbell just because I feel like it's a little bit harder. But all you're gonna do is go down 25% of the way. So like parallel is here where this bench is, below parallel is obviously below that. 25% is about here because it's rare as a quarterback that we are ever in a position lower than that. So that's why we want to be as explosive as possible from that position. And this is probably too low for a quarterback actually. But all you're gonna do is you're gonna go down 25% and then you're going to explode up as high and as explosive as you can. So we're gonna show you how this exercise should look full speed, but I recommend doing about 3 sets of 6 reps of this specific exercise. Now, before we show that exercise full speed, fellas, if you're a quarterback and you would like a 2-month-long workout routine that you can follow in the gym and on the field, check out that second link in the description below for our ultimate quarterback training package. Again, we map out an entire schedule for 2 months for you guys, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. We give you the exact on-field workouts to follow and gym workouts to follow. We give you video example, we give the exact sets and reps. Everything is tailor-made to help you extend, I guess you'd say, your ability this offseason and improve your ability this offseason. So guys, check out that second link in that description below if you're interested.